Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk about a business that people often underestimate because it looks ordinary, physical, and familiar. Most people think landscaping and groundskeeping is just cutting grasses, trimming the hedges, and cleaning up leaves. But underneath that simple surface is a recurring service model built on visibility, property image, seasonal timing, and repeat outdoor control. This is not just yard work, it is one of the clearest examples of a business that gets paid to manage something that never stops growing, never stops returning, and never stay hidden for too long. When people think about this business, they usually think small. They picture someone with a mower, a blower, maybe a trimmer, and they assume the work is basic, low skill, and mostly cosmetic. They may even think of it as just a side hustle, a summer job for the kids, or a simple neighborhood service. But that view misses the larger truth. Landscape is not only about doing physical labor, it is about maintaining visible order on property that other people will judge, value, and respond to. What is really going on is that this business sells visible control. A homeowner, landlord, business, or property manager is not only paying for grass to be cut, they're paying for the outdoor environment to stay managed, predictable, and presentable. The landscaper is actually handling recurring growth, public appearance, scheduling, weather windows, equipment, and client expectations all at once. So, the visible service is lawn care, but the hidden business is property image management delivered on a recurring cycle. This model works marvelously because outdoor disorders are visible and recurring. Grass keeps growing, leaves going to fall in the fall, beds get overrun. Weeds do not wait for convenience. Unlike an indoor mess, exterior neglect becomes public very quickly. Neighbors see it, customers see it, tenants see it, buyers see it. That means landscaping creates value because it solves a problem that keeps coming back and becomes socially visible when ignored. The lawn keeps growing, so the revenue can keep returning. Landscaping is often less about plants and more about the visual discipline of the property. A clean, trim, well maintained exterior send a signal of order, control, care, and investment in the property. That matters for homeowners, but it matters even more for rental properties, businesses, churches, HOAs, and commercial buildings. In those settings, groundskeeping is not just maintenance, it is presentation. It affects how a place is perceived before anyone even walks inside. People often lump all outdoor work together when it is actually made up of different business types. Lawn care focuses on your turf, your mowing, your edging, and your recurring lawn maintenance. Landscaping moves into design, hard planning, mulch, shrubs, and broader property presentation. Your arborists, they focus on the tree health and the diagnosis. Your tree surgeons, they deal with their difficult interventions, your hazardous tree removal, and more technical tree work. These overlap in the customer mind, but they do not operate on the same skill, risk, or revenue model. So, one of the hidden business lessons here is that outdoor services may look similar, but they are not economically identical. The service usually begins when visible neglect becomes too obvious or too inconvenient to ignore. Maybe the grass is overgrown. Maybe the owner has no time. Maybe a landlord needs compliance. Maybe a commercial property needs consistent frontage. The company is contacted, a quote is given, and then the real value comes from turning that one time need into a recurring service. Once the route is established and the customer trust is provided, the service becomes habitual. What starts as one cut can turn into a long term relationship built on timing, consistency, and visible results. The business model canvas formalizes the enterprise underneath that riding mower. Your customer segment includes your homeowners, your landlords, your HOAs, your realtors, your property managers, and commercial sites. The value proposition includes visible order, curb appeal, time savings, and recurring maintenance. Your channels include neighborhood visibility, referrals, signs, search, and social proof through the work itself. Your revenue comes from recurring cuts, seasonal cleanups, trimming, mulch, planting, and property contracts. Your key resources are your necessary equipment, your labor, your route density, your timing, and your overall reputation. What the business model canvas shows is that this is not just manual labor. It is a repeat service system built on route efficiency, seasonal demand, and public facing results. Your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat snapshot shows why the business is attractive and unforgiving at the same time. Its strengths are very clear: visible value, repeat demand, strong referral potential, and relatively understandable service. Its weaknesses are also very real: weather disruption, labor intensity, equipment wear and tear, seasonality of the job, and constant price competition. The opportunities include moving into broad property maintenance contracts, winning commercial accounts, adding seasonal upsells, and specializing by customer type. But your threats are serious too. Your fuel costs, your labor shortages, droughts, bad weather, theft, and customer who undervalues the service because they think it's just a simple job. So the business is strongest when reliability, route density, and visible quality stay ahead of rising cost pressures. This strategic takeaway is this: is that landscaping and groundskeeping businesses do much more than maintain lawns. They convert recurring outdoor growth, visible disorder, and public property pressure into dependable service revenue. That is what makes this model powerful. It is built on something customers cannot permanently escape because growth returns, weather changes, and visibility never turns off. The visible service is mowing, trimming, and your cleanup. The hidden business is recurring property image management. So, the final question is this: are customers paying for grass cutting, or are they paying for control over what the outside world sees? Thank you.